everybody, it's Maddie. It's been quite some time since I've sat in front of a camera. I want to start by apologizing. I haven't been here in a long time and you have had like 0 content from us in 4 months, and that's not very good because I prided myself in being a YouTuber who posted weekly or at least bi-weekly, and I've hardly posted since February. I apologize. I wanted to give you guys a little life update video so you would understand why I haven't been posting, what's been going on in my life, etc, etc. Last August of 2014, I started my freshman year of high school, and I'm in all honors classes, and so the honors curriculum is pretty tough at our school, and it's a lot of homework, a lot of tests, a lot of rigorous coursework. I found that I was unable to film a lot because I would be up later with homework, and so I wouldn't have any time really to film on the weekends, especially in the first semester of my freshman year, because I was on the high school volleyball team as well, and our games would end up lasting until like 8 p.m. and then I would get home and I would have to do homework until like 10 p.m. I would eat and shower and all this stuff, so I would not have any time to film ever. But I posted a lot in first semester, which is weird to me. I guess I had more time. It doesn't really make sense, but it does. I ended up filming a lot during Christmas break, and I got a lot of stuff done, and I uploaded it to my computer, and I was gonna edit it, but for a couple months at the end of 2014, I was feeling dizzy and like out of it. It's really tired altogether, and that happened ever since we had gotten back from Disney World over Thanksgiving break in November. Went to the mall with my mom, and I felt so dizzy that I had to sit down, and I felt like I was going to pass out. We went to the doctor, and I discovered I have vertigo. It's nothing like horrible or cancerous, which is like amazing. I thank God for that every day. Vertigo is just a thing where you get dizzy when you stand up, and it comes and goes, and it usually is affected by like airplane flight or roller coasters or things like that. And I flew to Disney World. If vertigo makes you very dizzy upon standing, I spent about a week in bed basically in January when I first started school because I could hardly get up without feeling dizzy. I couldn't read, I couldn't watch TV, everything hurt my eyes and like just made me feel even worse than I did. So I had to lay in bed for an entire week practically. So I got nothing done that week. I missed an entire week of school, and when you're in the honors program, missing a week is like missing a month because I have hour-and-a-half classes at my school. But I ended up being able to go back to school the next week, and I hadn't missed a whole lot because it was the first week of school. Thankfully, the full force of the vertigo was gone, but it still comes and goes. It hasn't happened in a while, knock on wood. The feeling still comes and goes, so sometimes I will get hit with like a random wave of dizziness, or I'll just feel out of it one morning and it'll stay with me for the full day, but it's never been as bad as back in January. I'm really hoping that that's how it stays because it affected my life so much. I couldn't do anything that I wanted to do. There's something I hate more than not being able to do anything. I'm okay with sitting down and reading or sitting down and writing or sitting down and drawing, but sitting down and being able to do nothing makes me lose my mind. I was unable to edit all of those videos that I had filmed in December because I was in bed for a week. And because the feelings still came and went, I would end up feeling dizzy on the days that I had time to do filming, and so I wouldn't be able to film because even standing and looking straight at the camera would make me just feel weird. I just haven't filmed since because in January I auditioned for my high school's play. It was called See How They Run. It's a British farce. I'll link descriptions to the plot down below because it's a really difficult to explain plot. It's very confusing. There's a lot of mistaken identity, chasing, slapstick comedy. It was British too, so I got to do a British accent the whole time, and it was so much fun because I got to perfect this accent that I love doing so much. I made some good friends through it, and accents, man, they're my favorite thing ever, and it made me realize that I really love theater, and theater might be something that I want to pursue for the rest of my life as a career goal. Now, I don't know fully about that yet, but I really enjoy it, and I really hope to do at least some theater classes in college, if not majoring in it. So I did that. Rehearsals started in January, and we didn't finish rehearsing until April, so it was a 4-month span of rehearsals that went from 2:30 to 4:30 every day, and then once it hit April, we were staying at school until like 6 o'clock doing dress rehearsals, and our play was at the end of April, so for 4 months. So after the show ended, I had about a month left of school, but of course, I have a pencil in my hand now, hi. When you hit the last month of school, it's a lot of cramming information because teachers realize that they have to give you a lot of things that they didn't teach you yet to prepare you for exams. There were just a lot of banquets and tryouts, and I was also on student council, and I was also in talented art this semester, which took up a lot of time as well. I didn't realize it because you're only supposed to do about 40 minutes of work on your sketchbook each week, but I would spend like 3 hours per week working on sketchbook assignments because I also discovered a love for art again this year. Because I love art so much, I'm thinking about creating an Etsy page. I really want to sell some art because I love making it, and I just feel like I want to share it with the world, you know, start selling it for commission commission because I think my stuff is pretty decent. I love realism. If any of you want me to draw a celebrity or a singer or like a booktuber, please leave comments down below because I'm gonna probably set up a Etsy page or just set up something. It would just be great to be able to realize like, oh my gosh, my art is on people's walls besides my own, you know? Come on, little tripod, you're coming with me. Okay. We're gonna have to travel up my bed. This right here is a hand. We had to watch a movie called Breaking Away. It was weird. We had to come up with a concept piece, and this is what I came up with. Oh wait, we should probably travel a little bit farther back in the archives. Back in 8th grade, I painted my first painting of Senor Dan Reynolds of Imagine Dragons, and it had to be really weird colors. So Dan Reynolds. Yes, Dan Reynolds. Painted him back in the day, had to be weird colors. I was really proud. It was back in 8th grade of like 2013. It was my first painting ever, so I really enjoyed it. It is a perspective drawing. The camera's gonna go sideways now. It's a perspective drawing of my school auditorium because I love theater and we have to do a perspective as a freshman. Doors, the actual stage itself with some bricks, seats in the auditorium, the tile and like the ceiling. Some hands. I'm really into drawing people and hands. Here I have adult hands with baby hands because I have baby sisters and I love them to death. So I wanted to create like love in a different way, you know, not like a portrait. I call it the evolution of age because it had to be evolution for our sketchbook assignment. A baby hands. I'm really into the picture that's the creation and it's like God reaching out from the heavens to touch a man, but they don't touch. So I have a baby hand here reaching out to touch the parent hand here, and then down here we go from middle age to like old age in a grandparent's hand. See, like you can see all the wrinkles and stuff. I'm so proud of this one. And then you go back to a baby hand to represent like rebirth and just life again. I'm just so proud of this one. Like I want to make prints of it and give it to people because I just love it so much. Ma pièce de résistance. Brandon Urie of Panic at the Disco. This is a picture of him at one of his Vices and Virtues concerts, I think, and he was screaming. I mean, he was probably singing, maybe screaming. Who knows with Brendan? I wanted to draw him because I love him and his band. I picked a picture because it's in black and white, so I love black and white. And like the wrinkles in his shirt were fabulous. Like there was so much movement in them and so much shadow, and the wrinkles in his pants too, and his facial expression is one of my favorites too. So I wanted to go around it with words from their song. And I also kind of want to make prints of this one too because a lot of people like Panic at the Disco. So I have a sketchbook. Every week we have different assignments. A flower because I wanted to. The sketchbook assignment was words, but you could like pick something else if you wanted to, and so I did a flower because I love realism and I love shading. That's one of my favorite things to do. I had rehearsal every day, one week. One night I decided to start drawing a deer because it was animal week, and so I did the animal's head, and the head turned out great, but it was like 9 o'clock on a Thursday night and it was due the next morning at like 8. And so I hurried up and sketched the body. I'm really proud of the head. The deer head is really nice, but the body is not so nice. Ariel, but like my own interpretation of Ariel, and so her hair is really flowy and she's got the magic around her and she's got her tail and everything, and I love it because like realism and stuff. I'm writing a novel now. Also, that's another thing that happened in this course of the semester was that I started writing a novel called If I Should Die Today, and it's a mix, I want to say, between Fangirl, I Was Here, and Since You've Been Gone. I love all of those books, and so I'm calling it a mix of all of those because it kind of is, and I'm stuck at it at a rut right now, but I'm at like 11,000 words, and so I'm pretty far, but I'm trying my hardest not to make the romance develop too quickly because I don't want that to happen. I don't want it to be like an insta-lovey thing. I really want it to be real and raw and emotional, the kind of books I like, so I want that to be the kind of book I write.
We are unable to continue our broadcast of dance music. We shall continue now with our piano interlude.